All right, I think we're live. Hello and welcome. This is Trebor Seven, and I'm the creator of telekinesisschool.com, where you can find free tips on how to learn telekinesis, and also the creator of treborseven.com, where you can access over 3 hours of private videos you can't find anywhere else. That's treborseven.com. And sacredsupplements.com, where you can learn how to make or purchase all natural supplements with supernatural benefits at sacredsupplements.com. All right. It is February 7th. So, you know what time it is? Time for our monthly live stream. Wonder if anybody is watching. Hey, if you're watching and you can hear and see me, please type anesthesiologist in the chat. No, I'm just kidding. Give me a thumbs up or yes, we can hear you or something. And I will go check comments, make sure we are live. Hey, Ponder, good to see you. Can you hear and see me okay? All right, maybe not. Who knows? I don't know if it's the internet or StreamYard, but man, I had a heck of a time getting this stream started. So if for some reason we suddenly crash and I leave unexpectedly, you'll know why. Oh, thanks, Power Off. He typed in anesthesiologist. All right, perfect. All right, so if you hadn't noticed by the thumbnail or the title of the video, we are talking about extrasensory perception or clairvoyance or ESP. And I don't have a lot of videos other than I have a lot of free ESP tests online. But I do have one tutorial. But I thought I'd speak briefly about this and address any questions or comments in the chat as we go along. But the key to ESP, which I have to admit, second to telekinesis, my favorite psychic ability that I've gotten into, you know. And I think I had it kind of naturally as a kid. I always had premonitions and stuff, and I would get answers to questions in dreams and things. So there's something really cool about the dream state and accessing extrasensory perception. And the key to this, based on my experience, is learning how to be empty or open or whatever term you want to use, not trying. It's a little bit like telekinesis. When you start trying and thinking too much, stuff just doesn't work. So the key to ESP for me was learning how to empty my mind. And of course, the number one way to do that is meditation. Once you start meditating on a daily basis or what have you, it becomes easier and easier to enter into this open state of mind. Now, there's not a lot of ways to demonstrate ESP, but one of the most popular and the only one I've really messed with publicly are Zener cards, you know, the ESP cards with all the symbols. And I don't want to talk too much about that because I think that's what this first video I'm going to share is going to kind of delve into. But if you haven't got a deck of Zener cards, go ahead and get one. I mean, they're not very expensive. It's something you can do at your leisure, and you can practice for as long as you want. Go through the whole deck if you want. I remember many nights I'd sit here by myself and go through an entire deck. And I find it fun. Some people find it tedious, but I always thought it was a good time. And there are some good ones online. Now, my internet's not working so good, so I'm not going to push my luck and try to go to a bunch of websites while we're live here. But if you just type in free online ESP tests, you'd be amazed at how many things are out there. And I think I mentioned in one of my videos, perhaps the first one, the one I like the best. And practice. I mean, that's the key to almost everything, you know. The more you do it, the easier it gets, type thing. So before we venture over, let me go to the comments. See if anyone has anything interesting to say. Ponder, he says hello and says I can hear you. I appreciate that. Hi from Creator Generator. Awesome. Thanks for being here, man. I appreciate you being here. Power off with excellent spelling skills. Is ESP different from intuition? Well, intuition is a form of extrasensory perception, I would say. And intuition is something we've all experienced. Power off gave me the thumbs up on the visual and audio. Do you mean a flow state or living in the present to get into the state of mind? So, good question. It's sort of like a flow state. However, a flow state usually occurs, when you're kicking in your muscle memory and you're doing something active. So it's a little bit different than that because keeping the mind empty, though it is an activity, you're usually still. And it does kind of feel like you get into a flow, but much like telekinesis, it always seems accidental. And when I do ESP cards, I just try to keep a blank slate. You know what I mean? Like absolutely visualizing nothingness, just nothing, black or white or whatever your background color is. And I get this little flash, and I mean, it is a microsecond flash. So if you're thinking about something else or trying to guess, or you have any sort of distraction, this flash can go by and you'll never see it. So it's a little different than being in a flow state, I would have to say. What is it? Power Off says, I agree. The key to Psi Wheel was relentless practice, practice, practice. Yeah. Now with telekinesis, you can overdo it a little bit because you are using your subtle energy, and it is a chore to stay in the flow state of telekinesis. So that can become, not dangerous or anything, but it could give you fatigue, mental fatigue or headache, or really tick you off if you're a person with a short temper or not much patience. So it's a little different than telekinesis, but there are similarities. What else we got? And then we'll go, if I can find the link, we'll go to the videos. Same with astral projection, relentless practice. Yep. With the Ponderer, I try practicing a lot, but burn out in real. Yeah. The key to when I was doing telekinesis, now there were some nights I would go for hours and hours, but as a rule of thumb, 15 to 20 minutes is plenty of time to spend trying to do telekinesis, or any pyrokinesis or any of the kinesises. Which I think we got a couple more, and then we'll be through this little series. And I had a request, and requests are welcome because I don't always know what to talk about on these live streams, especially when I'm running solo. Shout out to Ricky. Ricky sent me an email today, so I know he's alive and kicking. I wish you were here, bud. And perhaps you can join us next month. But back to what I was saying, someone requested I do an entire live stream about Ormus, which I'd be more than happy to do that. I talk about Ormus almost every day, either to someone in person or via email or text. So, that would be a nice, fluent live stream we could do. Easy enough. Let me see if I can find the link, and we will go into my ESP playlist. It's Saturday night. And thanks for joining me on a Saturday night. And thank you to you guys who are going to be watching this afterwards. I really appreciate it. And I tell you what, if we don't have a few watching on the 7th, I'm going to quit doing these. So you guys are keeping this stream alive by being here. Thumbs up to you. All right, there's the link. Let me go back and pause that and make sure you are seeing. Yes, you are seeing what I am seeing. All right, so we're going to watch this first one probably in its entirety. It's about a 10-minute video. I may interject at some point, but it's got some good tips, and I share my experience of learning how to do telekinesis. Let me see if I can make this screen bigger for you. Yes, that looks better. All right, so we're going to let it roll, and like I said, I might jump in if I have something to add, but let's check it out.
Hello and welcome. This is Trebor Seven. I am the creator of Okay, so here's a brief introduction to our deck we'll be using. This is a bicycle ESP test deck. You want to be careful when you go to order these because there's thousands of people out there that are making the magic props, the ones that are marked that you use to perform magic tricks. and you want to be sure and use the real deck. These aren't marked cards. These are the ESP test deck. Be sure you check that out and make sure you get the right kind when you get them. Then I'm just going to give you a brief introduction to the deck we'll be using. This is just the standard Zenner testing cards, and it consists of the circle, a plus, wavy lines, a square, and a star. And then each of those in various colors: red, yellow, blue, green, orange, and black.
Hey, Ponder, can you guys hear the video okay?
And then this deck actually contains some additional cards that I seldom ever use. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is pick out one of each of the shapes in the color that you prefer. Want it to be your color, the color that you like. Make sure you have all 5 of them there. Then we're going to do a little thing that I call impression and connection. What I want you to do is just take the card, like I am here. I have my thumb on the opposite of my index finger. And basically what we're going to do is just outline or trace along the outline of the shape, each shape. And while you're doing this, just kind of do it slow and actually try to feel the paint and put as much of your intentions and attention into this as possible while you do it. And we're going to
Notice the 2 words I used, attention and intention. Very important. Pay very close attention to the shapes and put your intentions into your motions when you're running your fingers over it.
go through and do each card. Now there, I'm just showing you I'm doing it once facing away from me and once facing towards me. And then you can do this, as many times as you wish. I'm just kind of doing this for an example. But as with acquiring empathy and telekinesis, the more time you put into it, the more productive it will be. So take your time in this part of it, getting to know your cards, feeling the energy of each card, and pressing your energy into the card. Uh, Memorizing the shapes. You have to know what shapes we're working with. And there we go. Now, first I'm going to demonstrate what this kind of looks like, the 1, 2, 3 method. When I do this, the thing it's just like with premonitions and things. The psychic stuff usually comes in little flashes or fragments or pieces, and these images just pop into your brain. And there's 3 points where this happens, and typically it's usually right there when you first pull it from the deck, or when you pull it towards your head, or when you flick it. These are all little windows of opportunities and when these images pop into my mind. And I'm just kind of speeding it up there and showing you what it looks like at full speed. And then I'm just going to give you some exercises that'll help improve this. And I don't know why or how, but this does help. So basically what you need is a blank wall or something that you can kind of get a fixed gaze and focus your attention away from the card. I've got that sticky note with a black dot, so you can just kind of keep your eye on that and use your peripheral vision to look at this card. Now I've got it right, right in front of your face, so you can see it plain as day. But when you're doing this, I want you to hold the card down considerably lower to where it's down and out, just barely inside of your peripheral vision, and you can barely make out the images. And
I got so many comments about how I mispronounce peripheral. Peripheral, I don't know. It's a hard word for me to say. But don't tell me. I've been told 100 times already I mispronounced it. But whatever. You know what I mean.
just flip that card and remained, keep your relaxed, fixed, open, evenly focused gaze with your attention on the dot, and just pay attention to the things in your peripheral vision. Okay. And this is the same basic exercise, except we're going to move from left to right. And again, don't look at the cards and try to do this quickly as possible while you're moving it around, and just kind of use your peripheral vision to get used to seeing these images. Peripheral vision is actually a form of extra sensory perception. So we're basically just kind of enhancing that. Okay, and then this is what I call the flash technique. Okay, so take the card and just flash it as quickly as possible. And again, don't look at the card, look at your dot, and just let your peripheral vision or your subconscious kind of pick up on what that is. And you can do the flip thing, or you can just kind of tilt it just ever so slightly to where you can barely see it, or whatever you want to do. Just kind of tricking your mind and learning to get used to catching that flash and recognizing it. Now, this is practice before we actually go through this method that I'm going to show you. And this kind of just sort of gets you prepared mentally and physically. So lift the card, flip it, move it towards you, flip it again, move it back to where you're going to flick it, turn it back over, flick it, and look at it. That's the reveal. Okay. So you lift from the deck, with a quick flash of the card, and then towards your face with a quick flash of the card, away back to your position, flick it, look at the card to reveal. Okay? And just do that, with all 5 shapes, and you might want to do it several times and quickly as possible. And again, not looking at the card, using our peripheral vision to do this. Okay? All right, here's a little training rehearsal. This is just basically kind of what it looks like when you're doing the exercise. So we have our 5 shapes. We've shuffled them in there in random order. Going to kind of relax our minds and body and just kind of get our trance set, our focus away from the cards, our mind open, empty, and relaxed. And pull the card quickly. Sometimes a flash will appear in your mind. You move towards, away, and flick. Okay? And then reveal and see if you're right. Then start your pile for the hits and misses. So just practice that. You'll be surprised at how quickly you'll start seeing flashes of these images. Okay, hopefully that'll help one, some, or all of you get the old sci ball rolling. And if you got a few minutes to spare, stick around after the show for some special features. Thanks for watching. Woohoo! Bonus features. All right, let's see. Igniting a burrito fart, seeing that telekinesis card crash. All right, and while we're watching this, if you don't mind me talking over the top of this, obviously with you have a 1 in 5 chance of getting the right cards, so 20% is a given. And the criteria for having psychic abilities is supposedly 36% or greater. And on a good night, under the right conditions, using the full deck, I can hit usually 50% or better, sometimes upward of 60%. And as a rule, I don't take advice from teachers who can't demonstrate their skills. And I apologize for not including a demonstration. The sound is screwed up on my camera, for one thing. And secondly, I kind of have to be in this calm, meditative state, trance-like state. And when I speak, it snaps me out of it. It takes me a long time to get back in the groove of things. So I guess you'll just have to take my word for it. But these exercises do help. And for me, I can only speak for myself. The images come in split-second flashes. So practicing that flip card stuff and the peripheral vision is going to help you a little bit. Oh, check this out. This is fast. Don't blink. You'll miss it. Whoa. Did you see that? Now that is fast. And you can actually kind of see what's going on at this distance and that much lighting. But at the right distance and right lighting and eye level, that's a pretty impressive trick. And it's really just a simple little sleight of hand thing there. You kind of use your middle finger to pull it back and grab it with your thumb. The trick is kind of landing in the right position so they can't see it. Practice in a mirror. Here he goes again. Did you see it? Here's slow motion. Oh, even kind of hard to see in slow motion. And that moving forward really kind of tricks the eye a little bit too. Really sells it. All right, little card trick for you. All right, I'm going to cut out of here, guys. If you got time, go ahead and take this little test. It doesn't really mean anything, but it might be fun. I appreciate you guys watching. Good day, God bless, and namaste.
Oh, I am so sorry, man. Yeah, I'm back. Sorry. Let's go back. Oh, when we start. Oh, Lark from Coachville, PA. Thank you so much for being here, and I really appreciate it. And Ponder says putting intentions into objects reminds me of animism, where inanimate objects have a spirit within them. I'm not sure if imprinting intentions is talking to that spirit or entirely different. I think it's a little bit different, but I can't say for sure because I don't have any experience with animism. But putting your intentions into it was a big help for me. And what else? My intuition actually helped me see through manipulation attempts through a gut feeling to assure I got it. I then had a dream spelling it out to me, and my feeling and dream was pretty much spot on. I can totally relate to that. Your gut feeling, my tagline at the end of the show mentions following your spirit. And that's what I'm talking about because every time I go with my gut feeling, things usually work out great. And every time I go against my gut feeling, I usually have some sort of regret or disappointment. So I can totally relate to that comment for sure. Was distracted for a second. Yeah, I can't see. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot I took myself off screen, so I wasn't a distraction during the ESP cards. I see my previous question up, but no audio. Yeah, hopefully you can hear me now, can't you? I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me now? Let's see. I'm back on live. I am not muted. Yeah, you should be able to hear me now. Hello, everyone, says this person, whatever that is. Recan Chanted. I don't know what that is. But thank you so much for being here. I appreciate that. And Ponder says, I heard you this time. Yeah, thanks. My bad. Man, it's been a rough stream. I had a hard time getting this stream rolling. So what do you guys think? You guys want to do? I think the next couple of these or maybe the rest of these are free online psychic tests. I wouldn't mind doing one just because it's been so long. I don't remember any of them. So let's buzz through one of them, and then I'll come back to the comments, and we'll just play it by ear. All right, let's go. Oh, this is my demonstration.
Namaste. This is Trebor Seven. I'll be doing a ESP demonstration using a bicycle ESP test deck.
Don't worry, we probably won't watch this whole thing, but I did want to put my money where my mouth is, and I didn't have audio on my camera, and I found out that when I speak, it snaps me out of my trance, so not a great way for me to do it. So I set this little thing up so you can see in real time how I do. So let's watch a little bit of this. Let's see.
And I realize this is a little boring, so I've used some video filters and some clever comments and things to try to keep this interesting for you. But it's kind of a hard thing to demonstrate. For one thing, the way I do it, when I speak, it kind of snaps me out of my trance, and I can't do it that way. So I had to set these cards up, and I'm not using the entire deck. What I've taken the yellow out, and those black cards you see on the opposite side of those are orange cards to help me memorize where the cards go. So I'm actually working with 35 cards total. So according to what I've read online, 40% is considered psychic. So I would have to get at least 14 or greater to be considered a psychic reading. So yeah, and that strip holding them up, that's Play-Doh, high-tech stuff there. I borrowed that from my son. But yeah, this is kind of I wanted to document this. It's kind of a hard thing to do. When I do it in front of people, a lot of times I can't hit squat. And I was having the same thing with the camera on. So I just did, I think that I did 6 of these. And obviously this one and the next one were the best of the 6. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of share this with you. And I've spoke about this in a previous tutorial, how it kind of works for me. I got a method through deep meditation that kind of showed me a little 3-step thing. Sometimes you'll see a little flash when you pull it from the deck, or when you bring it towards your eye, or when you flick it. Those are all little windows of opportunity where you might see a flash of the image. And I don't see it every time. And it's so fast, sometimes it just doesn't register. But when I don't see something, I try to use intuition, and sometimes I just flat out guess. But the wavy lines, like you see there, those are the easiest for me to see. and the circles are fairly easy to see as well. And the star and the intersecting lines, or the plus or T or whatever you want to call that, uh, I always get those two mixed up. The flat when it flashes, it kind of looks the same to me. I think if I were making the deck, I would probably replace that with like a crescent moon or something. I don't know. Anyway, it's just something to do. It's good, cheap entertainment. It's the way I look at it. Oh, by the way, if you're going to order a deck, I think I picked these up on Amazon. And if you're going to order a deck, you want to make sure they're not marked. I guess there are more marked brands than there are actual test decks. So you might want to watch out for that. But heck, I'd suggest anyone do this. You might be surprised. It's kind of fun. And like I said, it doesn't work 100%. And it's kind of like telekinesis. If it's not on, don't force it. But anyway, I wanted to put this on video, and the next one after this, I'll have a blindfold on. So that might be even a little more impressive. But to tell you the truth, actually, a lot of times I have my eyes closed. Sometimes it actually works better with the eyes closed.
Yeah, in hindsight, I never would have done this without the blindfold, because it looks like maybe I'm looking at a mirror or a screen or something over here. But that's really a blank stare. It's kind of this dead eye look you see when people are in a psychic zone. And I've talked about this many times about doing telekinesis. Make sure I'm not muted. How you broaden your gaze and kind of make everything two-dimensional. That's kind of the same gaze I use when I'm doing ESP cards.
Anyway, I'm no pro at this, and to tell you the truth, I'm not sure that it even has any practical application, but
it might have some practical application in Vegas.
It's something fun to do, and if you're interested in doing it, I've got that tutorial that might have some tips that'll help you out a little bit on spotting those flashes, because boy, it's quick and subtle, and if you're not paying attention, you'll miss it. Okay, yeah, we'll kind of fast forward through the old tally up here. But sometimes you can learn if you look and see what mistakes you're making. Sometimes you can learn from your mistakes and improve, or just work on those particular cards. Like when I started out, I used to work with just 2 or 3 cards. It's a lot easier to kind of ease into it than just kind of a little intimidating approaching a whole deck here, trying to guess and everything. But I usually work on this about an hour or so every month, and nothing real fancy. But all right, we're going to count up the total misses and see if we can get a tally here. I appreciate you guys watching. This is Trebor Seven. Good day. God bless, and namaste.
14 misses, 21 hits. That's pretty decent. I think I'm just going to let this play without the volume while I do the blindfolded one, and I'll go back to the comment section. Let's see what up. If there are any new comments, there might not be any new comments. This might be so boring. People have all left. Nope. We have a whopping 7 people watching. What a coincidence. Trebor Seven on the 7th at 7 with 7 people watching. What up? Oh, we got a joke of the day. We got to do that too. Let's do these comments first. I think I read that one. Read that one. Read that one. Heard you that. Okay, just one new comment, and it is from the ponderer. Are you pondering what I'm pondering? My interpretation on ESP is that we exist at all points and times at once. That's deep, man. You're getting deep, brother. So when you get a feeling or a flash, that's your present self subconsciously gaining information from your future self. Or is there no past and future? Huh? You want to get into this discussion? No, I'm just kidding. That is a wonderfully deep, beautiful thought. Yeah, omnipresence is something you kind of only experience when you're in the psychic trance or what have you. So, yeah, there is something to that. And I've just got a sneaking suspicion that these things we call brains that are so awesome or whatever are actually more like a governor. They're sort of like limiting our perceptions so we can experience learning and grow from mistakes and disappointments and things like that. I think when the light goes out, so to speak, at the end of the line, we go back to the all-knowing, omnipresent eternity that we came from. And I have a feeling eternity gets a little monotonous, and we want to come back and do another ride, and maybe another ride, and maybe another ride. And perhaps some of these experiences and wisdoms carry on to your next life. And that's why we have people who seem to be born naturally good at something. I really think that's what happens. I'm going to say I'm 100% sure our consciousness continues after our body ceases to continue. Okay, let's go back and check out the demo. Well, what up? Hey, there's my son. Oh, I remember this. I put all this weird stuff in here. Am I playing music or something? Yep, got some music, all these cool little comments and whatnot. There's just a minute or so left. Let's watch the rest of this and see what the grand total is at the end. That's Ormus. That's Ormus. If there's any blind people watching, you're cured. Haha, you're so funny. My friend loves to skydive. His dog absolutely hates it. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, yeah, we got to go do the joke here in just a minute. I know you're on the edge of the seat for the joke of the day. I don't know why I say day. I should say month. I'm only on here once a month. Cool effects. What's all this? Subliminal stuff. How dare me? How dare me? 4. I don't even know what this means. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's real smart, Trevor. I don't know what you're doing. We hear less than 1% of the acoustic something, even less if you're married. Oh, yeah. Man, these effects are so cool. So cool. I'm surprised this video doesn't have more likes. Let me see. Oh, I can't see in this mode.
We interrupt your regular broadcast to bring you this important news bulletin.
$5,000 views, 88 likes. Not the most popular video. Dude, I did better on this one blindfolded, I think. I've already lost count. We'll see. What was it, 14 and 21 on the last one? What we get this time? Come on, Trevor, just tell us. You don't have to show us. There's all the poopers. 11 misses, 24 hits. Dang, why did I show that so fast? What? Back up. I want to see what that said. Nice one. All right, 11 misses, 24 hits equals 2 thumbs up. Well, it actually equaled 88 thumbs up, but you were close. So that's pretty good. That is definitely within the psychic realm. Oh, I wasn't blind. Was I blindfolded? I was blindfolded, wasn't I? Yes. All right, so there you go. A teacher who can demonstrate. If you have a pineal gland, you're psychic. End of story. Ooh, look at this high-tech intro. All right, I'm going to pause that for a second. Let's go back and do joke of the day. I don't know if that's worthy of putting a banner up, but that's where I stuck the joke. So that's what we're going to do. And I don't even remember what it was. It was 3 days ago. Joke of the day. What do you call a psychic who exercises moderation? A happy medium. Oh, that is so punny. I think I could have made that. What do you call a cheerful psychic who exercises moderation? A happy medium. Yeah, I think I could improve that joke. Oh, well. I'm sure you're all still laughing from the hilarity. What else do we have? Oh, here's this clever comment. Let's stick that up for a second while we go back to comments. Where were we at? Interpretation of ESP. I read that. Okay, here we go. Ponderer, who always has something interesting to say about brains limiting us and what happens after death. This is a concept in Eastern and maybe Western philosophies where our existence is just God became us to experience existence as a divine play or as a physical. Yeah. Yeah, that's totally what I think it is. I think we're all a little tiny piece of God, and we just came here to kind of see things from different perspectives. Whew, that is a subject on its own. I think we talked about death in one of our live streams, but I'm so into that kind of stuff. And reincarnation, I'm a believer. Man, have you seen those where these kids, like little kids, 5 and 6 years old, can tell you details about planes they flew in a war and stuff like that? I mean, that stuff is just crazy. Of course, we're living in the era of AI hoaxes and deep fakes and stuff. So what can you believe? But I do believe there is an afterlife, and I think you're pretty close to the bullseye with your comment there, Ponder. I appreciate you sharing. All right, let's get rid of this stupid banner. Did you guys read this banner? Enjoying the stream? Type in the chat, leave a comment, like, share, or do something besides just sit there with a goofy look on your face. Oh, not enjoying the stream? Please subscribe for future disappointments. Oh, it's the witty banter that keeps you guys coming back, and it's the witty banter. I know it is. I am so clever. What else do we have? Okay, we're just going to go back to the... Nobody gives a hoot about these banners. I don't even know why I mess with them. There we go. There's the show banner. All right. One more look at the comments, and I think we might do one more test. And maybe, I guess I haven't actually even done a test yet. We've just been showing my demonstrations. We'll run through one of these tests. I'll check the comments one more time, and then we're going to tie a bow on this and call it a show. All right. Back to YouTube. Here we go. Not sure if I think there's a little bit of an intro. Man, that is a cool freaking intro there. I think I paid $0 for that. Namaste. Hey, this is Trebor Seven. What up? And today we're going to be doing a little psychic training. I'm going to start a new series of these because I went online and started looking for some, and there wasn't really much out there to work with. Now, there are digital ones, but there's really nobody flashing physical cards in real time. That's what I was referring to. And I know a lot of people don't own ESP cards and maybe don't want to spend the money and don't think they can do it. Well, $20, yeah. Here's a way we can practice without having to buy a deck, and it won't cost you a dime. So in case you haven't seen it yet, there's a tutorial on my channel that you can watch if you want to try the method that I use that works for me and based on some feedbacks working on some other people. So if you haven't seen that yet, I'll try to put a link right up here if I can. Woo! You can click that. It'll open another window. Not doing anything, Trevor.
Come back and then do the test. But real briefly, just go over what the
used to work
signs are that we'll be working with. And I'm using a bicycle test deck, which has has 4 or 5 oddball shapes that I'm not using. We're just sticking with the standard shapes. And the shapes we are identifying are a circle, intersecting lines,
plus, cross,
wavy lines,
water,
a square, and a star. And to keep it simple,
pentagram.
I've selected 10 cards to use, and that supposedly if you get 40% or greater, that is a psychic reading. And just real briefly, I want to just ask everybody to kind of just get relaxed, mentally and physically, and relax your gaze. In other words, everything that's in your vision becomes evenly focused. Don't be very observant. You want to be sort of in a almost trance or daze-like state to where you're just open to whatever happens to come popping into your head.
Oh, did you see that?
You don't want to think about this.
You see that flash, guys? That was a circle.
You don't want to try. It's just something that happens.
Oh, there's a star.
So if we can get in the right frame of mind and get our bodies relaxed and prepared, I'm going to present these in the way that I showed in the tutorial.
I'm ready.
And
one thing you might want to do, since you don't want to really get your left brain, logical thought activated, what I like to do is just clasp my hands in a fist, maybe place them on your chest or your stomach or your lap or whatever's comfortable for you, and just kind of keep a tally of your hits and misses. I always put my hits on the right and my misses on the left, and that way you can kind of keep score without having to think about keeping score. Because like I said, just like with psychokinesis, the less thought, the better. Just be open and receptive, and don't anticipate, and don't get frustrated if you miss, and don't get excited if you hit. Just try to remain in a nice, even, open trance, and let's see if we can do it. Well, how'd you do?
Not very good, Trevor. I got 4. That was horrible.
Hey, if you don't mind sharing, you can post your comments down below and note your score, how many out of 10 you got. And if you have any suggestions on how to make this better, post them, and maybe we'll change the format a little bit. Otherwise, if you like videos like this, pop me a thumbs up. I'll do a few more of them, so we'll have some ways to practice online. And I appreciate all you guys watching. I appreciate all the support I'm getting from my channel and the success stories I'm getting from all you guys, man. That's what's keeping me going. So keep the faith, man. Let's stay at it. I wish you all the best, and thank you for watching. This is Trebor Seven. Good day. God bless, and namaste.
Namaste. Yeah, I did absolutely horrible. This guy says I got none. I said, I guess I did better than that person. A little caught off guard by the flashes of the images. Yeah, I had some complaints about that, and I got rid of them on the next one. Only got 2 right. I got 2, misspelled 2. Too many right, then scared myself. That can happen. 5 out of 10, really filling the square. Yeah, some people, are really good at, I can always spot the circle, or I can always spot the square or something. For me, it's the wavy lines. I can't tell whether I'm getting a flash or just thinking of it myself. So what's the difference? There really is no difference. And it seems like an accident, and it's so fast you wonder if you even saw it.
but always go with it. Whatever it is you think you saw, go with that. Thanks for your advice. 1 or 2 calls on ESP cards helped me improve my score. I reached 6 out of 25 twice today. Good for you. Got a word, relegio, which means round. Apparently when the circle popped up, hot, 6 out of 10. Badass. Yeah, some people, I'm more of a visual person, so I usually see things in images, but some people say they get, flashes or audible, like square, circle, whatever. Once I gave up, nailed the last 4. Yeah, that's the trick, man. Give up. Before you even start, just give up. Say, if it happens, it happens. Whatever. Nonchalant approach, always the best one. 6 out of 10. Tried not to get excited. Good for that person. I got 6 correct guessing the cards. I was surprised, sir. Thank you, Vila. Very good. Let's go back and check our comments and see if what'd you guys get out of 10? Anybody want to share their results? Was that fun? Did you have any fun with that? Was that good? Not a peep out of anyone. All right, then. So I think everything else in this test. Oh, here's another. Let's look. We're going to look at this real quick, and then we're going to wrap it. Oh, 30-minute video. What the flip? I do remember this, and I still have this little gizmo thing. I don't know if we're going to bother watching this, but I'm kind of intrigued. I've kind of forgotten. What's all this hocus pocus? Boy, I'm just talking about all kinds of stuff. Okay, it's a psi lamp with random number generator. Yeah, I don't think this is probably live stream worthy, but I want to go see the pretty lamp thing again. Let's check this out. A sample clip from a 60 count test featuring out of 10 correct was 7 consecutive hits. Well, good for you. But how am I? Oh, okay. I got color coded things over here. I don't even remember how I did this. Okay. So I'm predicting it's going to be red and it's blue. Yeah. So far, yeah, you're not very good at this, bud. It was already blue. I don't know why I picked blue. I ain't going back with the red. What a dummy. Oh, and it was red. Anyway, that's kind of a boring ordeal. Let's skip to the end and see how I did. Right there. I had, what did it say? 8 hits and 2 misses. Holy smokes. That's pretty good. Huh? 7 consecutive hits. Final score of this reading was 23 hits out of 37. So I have high precognition. Right? I wasn't freaking amazing, but I was high. And somebody's going to clip that. Yeah, he was high. All right. That guy was higher than a guy. All right. I think that was probably enough. Let me see how to stop this. Add stage. Okay. Back in business. All right. I think that's going to be a show. Next month, I have no idea what we're doing, but we're going to be doing something. What's left? What haven't we done? I was trying to save telekinesis for last. I know we did hydro, we did pyro. I don't know. We'll have to go back and look at my live streams, but we're going to do telekinesis last to wrap up this little series here. And then I'm going to do a thing on Ormus. And then I don't know what we'll be doing. We'll be into spring and summer. I may have something new, and maybe I'll even have some time. Now, I sold my greenhouses, so I'm not going to be farming all summer. Not in the greenhouses anyway. Back to the outdoor stuff, and I still have a little grow room, but I'm going to have to spend a few weeks helping these people tear down my greenhouses and load them and haul them to a little town about 20 miles from here. So I'm still super busy. Still got 3 jobs going on. Haven't been practicing telekinesis. I feel like a liar because I'm not practicing, but I still know how to do it. I did turn a side wheel. What's today? Saturday. So I guess it was Thursday evening. I just turned the side wheel, make sure I could still do it. It's still a part of my life. I don't have time to be doing new demonstrations or what have you. So that's why I've been uploading kind of clips from my older videos. But enough about me. Let's go back and see what's in the comments section, and then we're going to wrap it up. Already read that. About brain limitation. I read that one. And Ponder said he got distracted. It happens. Happens to the best of us. I think the main thing with ESP is figuring out what is your intuition versus what's the voice of rationality or doubt from others limiting you. Yeah, you can't be thinking about that. It's just got to be, like I said, blank slate. Let it happen. Don't force it. Oh, yeah, we might do one on cloud busting. Good call, Ponder. I haven't done anything on that one. I'm not sure I can speak an hour on cloud busting, and it's going to be at night. It'd be cool if I could do something live sometime outdoors, maybe. Partner says manifestation. Now, I did do some Trebor talks on manifestations, but that doesn't make for a very good live stream because there's no visual. But good call, buddy. Good call. Appreciate you. That's why you got a wrench. This is actually a ponderer. I just thought cloud busting, as you said it. Oh, there we go. We got that intuition connection going during the live stream. That's pretty good. Don't feel so bad. I'll feel like an imposter for only practicing energy work a little every day. Hey, if you're doing energy work every day, that's something. I do a little energy work every day and a little bit of meditation every day, but I just haven't been doing any telekinesis. Look up rainbow diamond body consciousness. Woo! Now you're getting way out there in the weeds, buddy. All right. I don't know if I'll have time to look into that, but I appreciate your suggestion. That looks fun and interesting. Also, if you guys know any guests I could have on who, has some experience with psychic abilities, I've reached out to several people and, they just don't like me, I guess, or they don't have time, or maybe YouTube comments aren't the best way to contact people because I don't have any other social media stuff going on. That's really the only way either through email, my websites, or YouTube. That's about the only communications I do. But anyway, we're going to call that a stream. In the meantime, take good care of your body, follow your spirit, and open your mind. There's magic inside. Peace out, everyone.